Hello from Slide Nerd and hello from Weaves. What's up folks? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to create a list view with icons just like the one you see over here on the left side. Now obviously the icons are static, they are the same icons across all the rows. Alright, so let's go and start making this stuff and try to understand how it works. I've already had a nice discussion about adapters, how they fetch data from your data sources and create a view out of that, and that view is provided to your list view or grid view, right? So if you guys have not seen that video, please go back and check it out about what is an adapter in my playlist. But here, let me talk about the array adapter. The array adapter assumes that a single row is represented by a text view. This is the default behavior, but of course you can customize this by extending it. Give it the context, give it the appearance for a single row or child view, and give it a data source. These are the only three things that you need to give to an array adapter. The context, as you guys remember, is the object that has the reference to all the resources in your app. Appearance for a single row. Now in the last videos, whenever I talked about this part, I always used to have something like android.r.layout.simple.list.item1, something like that. That was nothing but a predefined layout by Android which contained a single text view. But here I'm gonna make my own layout for a single row, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So how to display these icons in the list view? Step 1. Define the single row appearance in a separate layout file. This single row, as you guys notice, will contain this image view over here which contains our icon, and it will contain the text view which shows Sunday over here, right? Define the adapter to use that layout, and also define the data source. Now for example, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all these elements you see, they are going to be placed in an array which is going to be our data source, and our adapter is going to use this layout and map the data from this data source into this single row. Step 3. Define what happens once the list view has been clicked. Alright, so these are the 3 steps we have. Pretty simple and straightforward. Let's see how this works. So just to give you a small idea of which constructor we are going to use here, the array adapter constructor is going to be something like this. We need 4 things. 1. The context. 2. The appearance for a single row. 3. The ID of the text view where the data is to be displayed. Now remember, you have the data inside an array, that's obvious, but your Android app or your adapter does not know exactly where the data is to be displayed, inside which view inside your custom layout for a single row. So you have to specify the ID of a text view so that the adapter knows, okay, the data from this array needs to be displayed inside this text view inside your layout file. Alright, so that is the 3rd step, which is very important. So let's go to the Android Studio and actually get this plane flying. Alright, so here I'm inside Android Studio. There's nothing great, there's just a Weaves app project which is completely empty at this point. Alright, I have this activity underscore main.xml which again contains nothing. So let me go to the design view, go to the container section, put a list view here at the top left, go back to the text, and as you guys can see, there's a list view with an ID that says id@list view. Alright, so at this point things are done pretty basically. We go to the layout section here. Here we need to create another layout file which is going to only define how a single row appears. If you guys remember, in our case we have an icon and we have a Sunday written near it, right? So that is an image view and a text view, and we need to put that here. So for the layout part, I'm going to right click, I'm going to say new, I'm going to say layout resource file. I'll call this single underscore row. Alright, click OK. Go to the text part over here. It has created this single underscore row.xml with a linear layout inside which has an orientation of vertical. I'm going to change that into horizontal orientation. I'm going to go back to the design tab over here, and now we need 2 things. One is the image view on the left, and then is the plain text view which is going to be a large text to the right of this image view. So now if you guys notice, you probably won't see anything because for the image view I have not specified the source. I'm going to go here, I'm going to say source @drawable IC underscore launcher. I'm going to use the same default icon which you have, but in your case, if you want to put a different icon, you can go ahead, put that inside this drawable folder, and then you can use it right here. Alright, so there you go, that's perfectly good looking. For this part which says large text, I'm gonna remove that part, because remember, the adapter is gonna dynamically put data inside this Android text attribute at runtime. Alright, so for now let's just remove that part and keep it empty. At this point we're almost done. we go to our activity underscore main.xml. It's having a list view, and here our single row.xml contains the image view and the single item description, right? So let's go to the main activity. First step, let's define the data source. Alright, so this string array that you guys can see over here, which is called data, is going to contain my 7 days: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and so on. Alright, so next thing I need to do is to get a reference to the list view inside my code so that I can define what happens after the list view has been clicked, right? So I'm going to say list view. I'm going to go inside my onCreate method, initialize this by saying L equals to find view by ID, r.id dot, probably give an error at this point saying blah blah blah, incompatible types. Press Alt Enter, cast that to a list view, and we are done. The array adapter, now the most important part that we have been waiting, you guys have been waiting for, right? Here I'm gonna make an array adapter of type string, call it adapter object over here, new array adapter. Now there are 4 parameters. Now here, if you guys notice, I'm gonna use this 4th constructor, which has the context, a resource, which is gonna be my layout file, a text view resource ID. Alright, so let's do that. So here I'm gonna say this for the context. Next step, I'm gonna specify the layout, which is gonna be r.layout.single row. This is gonna be the layout file which contains the description of a single row in my app, right? And then this is what the adapter needs. Then you also need to tell your adapter that from the array, when it takes the data out, where should it put it? It should put it inside the text view whose ID is r.id.textView, alright? And then ultimately our data source, which is going to be data. Pretty clear. You have the context first, then you have the description for a single row that contains the image view and the text view. Then if you see, this is our data, which is the array itself, and this 3rd parameter is exactly where the data should be put inside which text view, and that's what you need to tell over here. So at this point we're almost done. We need to just go ahead, say l.setAdapter and adapter, right? Well, so that's it. There's nothing great other than this. Just go ahead and run this at the top. Alright, there you go, folks. Take a good look. You have your icon, Sunday, icon, Monday, and so on, right? So what exactly happened? What your array adapter did was very simple. It took this data source, alright? Then it said, okay, this is Sunday. Where do I put this Sunday? It said, okay, r.id.textView. Where is this thing? It went here, and it said, okay, I should put the Sunday inside this text view whose ID is @ID text view, alright? And then it saw this image view, and it said, okay, fine. And then it wondered how it should represent a single row. For that, it saw this r.layout.single row and said, okay, a single row should appear like this, having this image view and this text view where the text goes inside this, right? And that's how things work. Pretty simple, right? I've not added the on-click listener, so if you click on the item in the list view right now, nothing happens. But you guys can go ahead and do that because I've already showed you how to do that, right? So if you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel, comment, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next vid. Have a nice day.